Australian bush, Central Australian bush a lot. What I'm doing is I'm painting up a scarf, getting ready to print. I will have started with a design on paper that's been moved to a screen like what we've got behind me. That would then be used with a water-based medium, and I will have tried it several times before I bring it to the screen and put it on. What we've got here is we've got wax, and that's a permanent resist, which means I can use this screen a lot of times. I'm just painting it with dye now, and in a little while I'm going to print a similar screen with a sodium alginate, which is like a seaweed compound. It's a design, like many of my designs, it's based on native flora of Australia. This is based on an eremophila or an emu bush, which is found theoretically because the plant goes through the gut of an emu. Okay, I've got a screen here that I've already painted up and it's dried, which it has to be, and I'm putting some seaweed, some sodium alginate, which you use to thicken your cream. Only this is an industrial one. It's not quite as clean as the one you would use. I've got a squeegee and I'm going to do a silk screen process. This will transport the dyes onto the silk. Has to be fairly even. Very often you use two people to get it even, but I'm pretty used to doing this. So I'm going over twice. Just going to wipe that a little bit and pop it on the floor. Otherwise it can go. Now I'm going to lift, and you'll get your first print. This one I'll pull a few times because it's the last of the dye. That way I'm using up as much dye as I possibly can. This design is based on a Hakea francisciana, which grows at a farm that we own. It's a beautiful plant. It's got a bright pink flower, but I've taken artistic license and I paint it whatever colour I like. It's clean enough. Might be a few spots on this one. Oh, that's nice. Sometimes if I don't like the second dyes, I look at it and I won't print a second one, but that's quite sweet. And I'm going off to Ayers Rock to sell work, so these are the right colours. What I'm doing here is painting in the areas that got left white. They've been resisted. The resist is still on this bit. So when I paint in, it doesn't go into the